Petrosyan. So white is a pawn up in the end game and with very big chances to convert the advantage. So yeah, the only thing, no, white is 13 minutes and 45 seconds. So we'll follow the game from the camera. From the camera, rook b6. So I believe rook takes b6 is the move to play here, and rook b6, knight b6, and take one of the pawn on c5 or on a5. Yeah, rook takes b6, rook takes b6. This is definitely the move. I don't know. There is no choices actually. Yes, and he did it. Rook takes b6, and now actually white needs to try to find the, let's say, the best continuation, the most technical continuation, which pawn to take, on c5 or on a5. Okay, so it's more logical move, I would say, to take the pawn on a5 to create a passed pawn, but from the other hand, taking the c5 pawn with allow white to have connected passed pawns, which is also a big advantage. So I believe the position is very close to winning for Parham Maksudlu, and he is very close to take the sole lead in the tournament. So Parham Maksudlu will win this game. And can we move to board number 2 to follow Badur Jabbar playing with Injic? Yeah, thank you. Wow, that's really amazing. That's really amazing how the position changed. So Jabbar is down a rook, but for a very strong attack. He sacrificed the rook. Now rook on h8 is under attack. Knight d6 is a threat. All the pawns are hanging. Very interesting idea. So we can follow the game only from the camera, because it's very hard to reconstruct after the break the moves on the board with 15 minutes delay. So queen takes f6, queen takes f6. What black can play here? Move the king to g8, then the knight comes to d6. Very interesting. So it's not easy to reconstruct the moves, to put the, yeah, rook g8, yeah, this looks like the only move. And rook to d8 taking the queen. Jabbar is winning. So we have two decisive games and two leaders. Jabbar will win this game. Yeah, it's nothing to continue. I think nothing to continue. Serbian Grandmaster understand it perfectly. Just, I don't know. Just black is lost. I mean, the queen is lost, queen for two rooks, but look at the black's king. And do not forget about the connected passed pawns on the queen side, and just white collect everything. No, it's time to resign. It's just time to resign. It will be no big surprise if Grandmaster Alexander Injic will just resign here. So rook takes b5, played on the last second. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, 31 and check. Yeah, no, this is just winning. Rook g7, take on e8 and take. So Jabbar wins the game. Okay, so here white can choose between queen h8 or rook takes e8. Everything wins here. Yeah, queen h8. Now queen d6. Okay, that's let's say the matter of, and Serbian Grandmaster. Yeah, we can see the resignation. In chess. No, okay, it's nothing to continue, but just giving the queen for free. Check. King h7 and queen f6. I believe it will be the last move in the game. Queen to f6. Just move the queen from d6 to f6 or queen f8. This is just a matter of taste. I mean, anything is winning here. Of course, Jabbar will think a little bit just to be precise, to calculate, but really nothing to continue. Queen to f6, queen to d7, okay. Attacking the rook and the pawn on f5. Let's stay on this game, because soon we'll have the first result on top boards. So first decisive game on top boards. And yeah, resignation, and and Bahadur Jobava played a very nice attacking game. It's a little bit pity we missed the most important moment of the game when White sacrificed the exchange. But I really want Jobava to join me here in this studio and to show us the most important moments of the game. So, congratulations, Bahadur. He is the sole leader, and let's move to board number 1. I believe soon Parham Maksudlu will win his game. He is 2 pawns up. He's 2 pawns up and winning position. I don't believe. Actually, by the way, it's not that simple. You know, it's not that simple because pawn d5 is under attack. The knight is under attack. No, still White needs to show good technique to convert this to convert extra pawn. So knight d3. Knight d3 White can play here. Knight d3 attacking the pawn on e5, and no, knight d3 king f5. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. I have the feeling that Parham maybe he missed the best continuation. Maybe he missed the best continuation. So Black is down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds and really needs to defend this not very pleasant endgame. So knight e4, yeah, knight e4, this is just a technical way. And if knight takes d5, let's say I would continue rook to b1, or first f3, just to stabilize the knight, to cement the knight, and then I can continue with rook b1, rook b5, or c4. All right, so unless there is some tactical win here, like I don't know, attacking the pawn on a5, like knight b3, or knight to d3. But I believe knight to e4 is the best move here. Knight e4, knight takes d5, and simple move f3. Knight e4, no, knight b3. So yeah, young generations, they are choosing the concrete approach to the position. I don't know, I would play knight e4. I mean, but okay, I mean, I'm from the, let's say, from the other school, from old school. So knight a5 is the threat. Knight d5 I would play here without even thinking, because you need to take this pawn, you need to have some counterplay. Knight takes if d5, and I believe White's idea is to play c4, and try to push c pawn as far as White can. So knight takes d5, c4, knight b4, knight takes f5. Yeah, White keeps a pawn up and good winning chances. Good winning chances. And Manuel Petrosal is still thinking maybe rook c4. What about this move, rook c4? Honestly speaking, I don't believe. After knight takes a5, rook takes a4, I just move my knight to c6, or no, actually you take the pawn on d5. No, rook c4. Okay, it's a candidate, and maybe not a bad one. Candidate move here, rook c4. Rook c. Okay, knight takes d5 or rook c4. These are two moves. These are two moves that can be played. Can be played. Once again, Black is down to 3 minutes 43 seconds. So I want to also to follow the game of Salem. So Salem plays on board 5 with Bai Jinshi, Chinese Grandmaster, and it was very sharp endgame. Very sharp endgame, and really, yeah, he took the pawn. And here I believe White can play c4. Can I play c4? It's just two connected passed pawns. To connect c4, and if knight. All right, now I understand the idea. After c4, Black wants to play knight b6 back, and after knight a5, rook c5. And White will lose, but it's a knight endgame, and one more time knight endgame with the pawn up. So Salem is close to win the game. Wow, that's really a miracle, I would say. because the game started as exchange down. Yeah, here I would like to show the position on my screen. This is the current position, and white just need to resign if this is the correct position. Knight e2, the rook is under attack, and if rook moves somewhere to d3, doesn't matter. It's beautiful checkmate. Knight g3 checkmate. Wow. Congratulations to Salim. Really, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because I thought black blundered the pawn after the opening, but definitely it's not a blunder. It was a good compensation in the end game, and with a very interesting plan, bringing the king to h4, he managed to. Okay, we have a special guest in our studio, double world champion. Yeah, double world champion, Abu Dhabi chess player. And welcome Roda Al Serkal. Please join me here. I'll put this microphone. Just a second. What did you do today?
I won.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what do you think? Because we don't have the time now to analyze all your game. Can we stay on Grandmaster's game? What do you think? And look what Salim played. Really, I want to show you something very interesting because I know you are King's Indian player. And let's see this game from the beginning, yeah, on the computer, on the screen. So on my screen, d4, knight f6, and here Salim sacrificed the pawn in the end game. Look how it was. Bishop g5, yeah. And one more guest, yeah, we have, yeah, just after a couple of minutes, we have the winner of and the leader of the tournament, Bahadur Jobava. Just a couple of minutes, Roda. What do you think about white won the pawn, yeah? But it seems like very good compensation. And at the end, black managed to create a very strong threat against white's king. Do you see how much is important to have active king in the end game? Yeah. Bringing the king to h4. And here, knight e6, yeah? Black is ready to sacrifice the exchange on f5. And sacrificing now the exchange and bishop here. And takes the king takes h3. And knight e2. Can white move the rook?
No.
Why?
Knight g3.
Knight g3 checkmate, yeah. This is the way how the game ended. Okay, so how is your results? How is your play here in open tournament? How many points do you have?
2.5.
Out of 4. Ah, not bad result. Okay. And how do you appreciate your games here, your play? How do you play? Good, bad?
Here I play better than the previous tournament, so I'm happy about it.
Uh-huh. And I know that you made the draw with a very higher rated player than you. Yeah, 300 rating more. And today, who was your opponent today?
Shah Jia.
Okay, also a player from our club. And how was the game?
It was kind of a surprising opening because it was like weird opening. It was like e4, c5, knight f3.
e4, c5, knight c5. I'm sorry. Knight f3.
d6.
Yes.
c3.
Yes.
And d5.
d5 here.
It's like losing a tempo.
Right. Yeah. So you just take and play d4. Yeah.
And then d4, bishop g4, bishop e2, and knight c6. It was a blunder because I take on c5.
And why this is a blunder? Can I take it back?
No. I played. I mean, after knight c6, I played bishop e3.
Bishop e3 here.
Yeah.
All right.
And now she played e6. Yes. This was the blunder. She should take on d4.
On d4 first, yeah.
Because now she's losing the pawn. But then I just gave the pawn back so I can destroy the king. Here she played rook d8.
Right.
queen to a4,
Very good move.
and then knight f6, castle.
You decided to give the pawn back, yeah?
I can play rook d1. And she took the pawn. It was not very good for her taking the pawn.
Rook d1,
Queen to a5,
h5.
h5,
Yes.
queen d8, h3.
Right.
Here she should play bishop on f5 because g4 is not maybe very good.
Wow, but the bishop is not hanging on c5?
Yeah, but the knight on b1.
On b1. Well, I believe anyway it's good for white, yeah?
She took on f3. It was not very good here.
Okay.
Here she played queen here. I took on c6. She took the bishop on c6. Very
On
well blunder.
c6, yeah?
And then just play queen a5 and take the bishop.
And take the bishop.
And
Okay,
then-
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for the game and I wish you good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you.
Okay, and we have the winner and the leader of the tournament, Badur Jobava from Georgia. He won a very nice attacking game. Please welcome to our studio, to the stage, Badur. Congratulations.
Hello again, thank you very much. Good evening.
So, please share. Please share. I'll give you everything. The computer, just show us some high-class analysis of the game because really the game was impressive. The attacking.
Thank you. I think it was our first meeting with Alexander in classical chess. We played a few times in Blitz, I think. It was a pleasure for me to play because he's real good player, fighter, and also he really loves chess. I know it's he's like working much. Also, it's different. I think different coaches include with Alexander Marozevich. So he really loves chess. So we need to appreciate that. So today I was happy to meet such a player who play for win and also give you chances and like.
Yeah, it's
would-
always challenging to play
yes,
such
yes.
a players. Yeah.
I was sure that game would be at least interesting. So I decided to play today. Start with e4 because when
Yeah,
I
you
checked
can
his
use the.
ga-
You can use
yeah,
the.
when I checked his games on second move knight c3, I think he usually play for Sicilian neither. So I had something in mind against d6 now. So I would better keep it for next games. But
Yeah, of course.
he played knight c6. Okay, I had choice with bishop b5 or go for what I played, knight g2. Sometimes I also using g3 moves. The classical line in this system, like we know that Vasily Smyslov was using much such structure and with
Yeah, and also Boris Spassky.
Boris Spassky with
Yeah.
great successes. But of course, theory developed since that, and black is okay in online. So knight g2 it looks like most principal line. The point is that after knight f6 I would play d4, and now it's kind of rouser system. So he could not achieve neither. That's why.
At least not so easy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because I have big experience with black color in rouser system, so for me it was a smart choice, I think. So he played g6, d4, knight d4, bishop g7, and I went for not so principal line, knight b3. Of course, bishop b3 is a main line, knight f6, and in some moment queen a5. Yeah, it's a long theory. So, but I had some experience after knight b3. I played a few games before with this move, and I think last time maybe I played against Gelfand also, against top player. After a big fight, actually it was in European Championship, Team European in Greece. You've been there, if I remember well, yes?
2011.
No, I think later.
Later, yeah.
on. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and after big fight we managed to make draw. But okay, this time knight f6. I think Gelfand also played knight f6. But also interesting to start here with d6. The point is that after bishop b2 you have choice with knight f6. Anyway you go, or bishop c3. I was also playing with black. So d6, I think it's more smart way to start with. But knight f6, okay. Bishop b2, d6. Immediately castle. Probably you have to face again g4 also, because this is even black with reverse color, with such position, even black goes for g5, you know.
Right.
And
yeah.
there is, you know, you have to be careful. You have to know where. So d6.
Yeah, in English opening.
Yeah, you just waiting move until we castle. So castle, normal move, castle, rook e1. I think if I remember well, maybe I'm wrong. Bishop e6. What
Yeah, bishop
Gerfand played against.
This is
in
the main
move.
theory,
Yes.
the theoretical
Yeah.
move.
b6 I was also used few times in my career. These moves, black when I faced this position. Quite interesting move. It's like the point that you are not opening your cards. You just develop and then see what opponent will do. Because after bishop e6 main move, it's more forced variations there, because you are forcing to do something.
Bishop g5, d5.
Bishop, yeah, something, or bishop e1,
Bishop
that.
f1.
Yeah. So after b6, it's like positional play and for long term. So bishop g5, I thought this logical move is because I want to provoke at h6 with either bishop 3 with queen d2 with tempo. But okay, I don't know how much it's useful, but at least it was some point. So bishop b7, queen d2. Not allowed h6 anymore, so rook c8, this is normal. Also was interesting rook e8 actually here, maybe not allowed the change of this strong bishop, maybe. I don't know how good is it for white, but at least it changed the paint of a position. So rook c8, and I went for bishop e6. The idea that if black will take on h6, I did not understand. After knight b4, rook h3, during the game I calculated this line. Seems extremely dangerous, but it's not so, because my knight, my rook is hangs, and also he wants to play queen f5, queen g7. And I don't have one tempo to bring my knight on g5 or play f4, e5, and I think it's nothing for white, maybe even bad. So that's why I decided to put my queen on more safe way, queen c1, with two ideas. If he would play knight e5 to play bishop f1 with rook e3, rook h3 ideas, and also knight d4, just keeping pressure, you know.
All right.
Yeah, I push my position back, but it's like, you know, very careful. Black has to be very careful. So queen c1, he played logical move, rook fd8, and actually I'm not sure about my next move, rook d3 here. I think I should not allow it. Once I played, I realized that I should not allow this exchange of bishops, because black is more passive here, and any exchanges maybe favors for them. So maybe it was better to keep again pressure with bishop f1. White pieces are quite nice placed all, and another rook who goes
exactly.
to
Rook e3, rook h3 without changing.
Yeah, so maybe this was more smart way. And for black, it's not so easy to find useful plan here, because d5 does not work. Knight does not have any real squares, so probably they have to start to assault a6, b5, but it takes time. Once I will play a3, it's actually nothing special, so I might put my rook on h3, he must go for h5, which creates g5 square weaknesses, also g6 pawn in the end, or king g8. So quite passive position for black, but nothing real special. Also knight d5 is thanks, yeah, some moments. So I think bishop f1 was most logical move here. I don't know why I went so hard. I was so happy to see these ideas. So probably like kid, you know, when you see candy, you don't think about anything else. Yeah? Bishop f1, of course. So I play rook d3 and bishop e6, strong move, of course, and now black is absolutely fine. So rook h3, bishop e2, and I realized that queen h6 actually is nothing. It's like even not bluff. It's just stupid idea, because he played king g8, rook e2, just queen f8, and suddenly queen changed place with bishop. Yeah, it goes to g7 with fianchetto, and then starts assault a6, b5, and looks to b2 square. So this I actually did not like much for white. Also, idea knight d7, knight c5, when once queen on g7 is very nice placed. Yeah, protecting everything. So I realized that queen e6 is stupid. I just took immediately rook e2 with psychological point, you know, like you want to...
You keep this idea in
keep
your
idea,
mind,
and actually I didn't want to go for it. Maybe smartest way was king g8, just not to create new weaknesses. And I think position is about equal here, objectively, because white also has not real attacking chances here, and has to be careful with queen side assault of pawns. But after h5, I didn't like this move, because it creates, you know, g6 square, weakness after f4, f5, also g5 square, some you know, some tactical ideas coming. So, and I think I found the best move, maybe f4, at least
I was
tactically.
thinking here queen g5, playing for tricks.
Yeah, with something like rook h5,
If knight g4, rook g5, and you know, if queen g5, knight e5, same idea, rook h5 works.
Yeah, but I did not play it because I not threat something real here. I didn't like because of knight e5 here. And he goes to knight c4, and I have to be careful because my first line also weak, b2 is weak. Also, you have to. I did not understand what I was going after d5 here. I didn't like this move actually. Also d5
And it's a weakness on the back rank.
yes,
in some
94. I
variations.
have to be very careful not to lose immediately here. Yes, with these weaknesses. So I decided to go f4 because I found that after d5 at least I will have draw. I think. But I think he should play it because otherwise it's very passive. So
Right.
d5 maybe was the best move, and the point that f5 immediately maybe doesn't work because he played d4 I think, and after knight d1 d3 and then he started knight d4 ideas. I'm not sure. Maybe I
Right.
miscalculated. Maybe I can take with rook and take with pawn. I don't know. Maybe I still. But then ef, yeah, and my rook is hangs, yeah. So and the point that actually I was going for ed knight d5 f5 variation. This was my point, but he can take on c3, and I cannot take with rook here because gf, rook g3, king h7. I think it's just draw after rook h3. I have to force draw because rook g5 is blunder after rook
Wow.
rook d1.
Right.
And the point that I calculate this variation, knight e7 he has, and black is fine, yes. And I think after knight c3, I have to take with pawn. This I was calculating during the game, and that now we see the point. If pawn was on h7, it's nothing special, but now his position will be destroyed if I allowed me fg. So I was calculating gf, rook h5, and I thought that black is fine here after queen f6. But some practical pressure because rook e3, yeah, I want rook h3, rook g3, but
rook g3.
my
yeah.
feelings was telling me that black is okay here somehow. Maybe not, I don't know, somehow king f8 maybe.
Or knight e7.
Or knight
Bringing the knight to g6.
yeah, some knight d4, rook g3, I don't know. Immediately
Knight
maybe it's not
g6.
good because queen h6 always.
King g8.
Or king g8, yeah. Yeah, okay, something like that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, check, king g8, knight d4, and maybe black is not bad and white also not bad, maybe. Knight e6 is hanging some moments. Yeah, okay, something like that he should probably play. And black is okay here. That's the how to say it. This all my problems begin after rook d3.
Yeah, this is the consequences. Of
Yeah, consequence exactly.
Right.
That's I wanted to tell.
After
yeah.
move rook
Yeah,
e7.
but without f4, I'm just worse here. I think that's the point. I was going for this variation f4 because he wants to play d5. I cannot play rook d3 because d5, ed, knight b4. Black
It
is
comes by 10
slightly
seconds.
better in
Right.
such structure. So f4 is practically only chance. Because if he not plays d5, then again it's not. And of course, after game, Alexander was complaining that he played stupid move, knight g4, what he said, because he's absolutely no idea.
Yeah, just losing time.
Losing so much time and without any idea. So maybe I don't know what he.
I was thinking here instead of knight g4 to play a6 b5.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
Yes, of course. Not to
Try-
waste. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Trying
some-
to play for
yeah,
the
yeah.
counterplay on the king
Yeah,
side.
I
side.
was thinking to maybe f5 was interesting already. Maybe I have to start some action because knight e5, knight d4, I'm playing some queen g5. But okay, black should be okay.
Yeah,
here.
black b5, queen
Yeah.
a7, knight g4.
Yes, yeah, something.
Also there is some ideas.
Yeah, some ace. Yeah, of course.
Queen a7,
yeah,
knight d5,
yeah,
knight
yeah.
g4 is coming.
I think it should be equal position anyway. I'm not worse, I think, here. But okay, and after knight g4, it starts problems because I put my rook on f3, nice place. He played, I think, a6 now.
Right.
So h3, I think, logical. Knight f6, and I'm not allowed h4. This is very important. Queen e1, and I've always put the pressure, keep pressure. b5 and king h1, very strong move because knight d5 doesn't work immediately. He takes and check. Also, I'm not allowed d5 because I take, and now I will have f5 and no check on e7. So it was very important move, king h1. I think it was best in the position. I don't know what computers say, but for me, my feelings was telling me because b4 doesn't work because of knight d5. And I think this position only collapsing for black, take
Yes.
f5 and everything. So he played rook. How he played? I
To
forget.
h8
Rook h8 he played
or rook c7 first.
after king h1, yeah.
Rook c7.
Rook c7, yeah. So now knight d5 it does not work because I think he takes and takes. No, 1 second. Sure, it's
No, it's not. It's not.
what I made. King h1.
Did he play b4?
I need to see blank maybe.
Yeah, let's see
One
the
second.
score sheet.
Yeah, sometimes we need score sheet. Which number is move?
This is move 24.
24. Queen e1, b5, king h1, rook e8 he played. Yeah, rook e8. Yeah, exactly, rook e8 he played, and I played a3 here because knight d5 of course obviously doesn't work because rook on e2.
Yeah.
a3 is almost forced. Yeah, I'm not allowed before. And we're waiting. I'm waiting. Also, he had. I think I was much ahead with time here, like 20 minutes more or something. So he played rook c7. Actually, I did not understand the idea of this move during the game. Maybe he just was waiting. Probably yes. More logical was rook d8 maybe, to at least
Rook
to
from c to d8.
pretend that you want to play d5. I want to play anyway queen f2 with either queen b6, something like that, and then maybe queen c7 here. I don't know. I think f5 doesn't work because of knight e5, and I mean normal position. Okay,
Right.
I have some ideas, he has some ideas, but after rook c7, queen f2, all suddenly it starts problems here because queen b6 very annoying move comes. Sometimes I want to change even knight d4. Also, I was had idea in my mind to play knight c1, knight d3, and you bring this knight in the play, and then always e5 in the
Yeah,
end.
and the square e5 is very
Yes,
important.
and then knight e4 and f6. So I have more ideas than black. That's for me was more easy to play. Rook h8. Logical, it seems logical. He wants to play h4 and start to counterplay. But I think now I played a good move. I played rook d3. I found another weaknesses on d6, and I want to play rook d2 and queen b6. So he has to play something here. He played h4. Probably he miscalculated that after rook d2 it's already big problems here because you cannot protect with rook on d7 because queen b6. Knight h5 doesn't work here because I take on d6, and queen f6 he cannot move because knight d5, and white is winning here because he is not real threats once I play king h2. And yes, so that's why Alexander played a5. I think he had big time trouble here, like 5 minutes or something like that, or 6 minutes in such positions. It's disaster. So I played queen e3. I think it's good move because otherwise, if I would take on d6, he played b4, and after e5, bc, ef, black is better even. Yeah. So queen e3, I'm just keeping e4 pawn. Also threatening to take on b5 and d6. Some moment I have also e5. So what we ask more for one move, right? So he played a4 because b4 is doesn't work. So, I would play knight b5 here, and after ba I just simply take ba because after knight c ab is unpleasant, and then
Right.
to take on d6 I think it's not so real compensation here, and so that's why he played a4 in the game. Hard to advise something. I don't know. Maybe computer will find something. Actually, here was critical position for me after a4. I had choice between knight d4, what I played, and knight b5. Knight b5 was very tempting, but after ab, knight c7, of course not bc because rook c2, rook c3, but he takes on c7, and all suddenly, if I take with rook or doesn't matter with pawn, he will play d5, and I think black is completely fine because my king is weak.
Yeah.
If I play e5, knight e4, all suddenly pawn and h4 on the place, then another knight will come to f5. Black is maybe better.
No, if knight gets out
Yeah,
first, so
yeah, disaster because until my
Right.
at least one pawn will promote, he will mate me. So I did not like this much. So I played knight d4, what seemed more safe way because he cannot exchange on d4. Rook d4 is just simply lost. Yeah, I put my rook on b4 or d6 or b5, and so knight a5 only hope. But I think I played a good move b3 here, not
yeah,
allowed.
this is really very good move.
Yeah, because he cannot play knight c4 here.
Yes.
Because I take bc, knight e6. This was very important moment. If king would be on g8, then it would work. But now it's rook d6 and completely winning position.
But anyway, if the king on still with the king,
Still I can take.
on the six,
Still,
and the rook is,
yeah. So still I can
and
take.
the rook
yeah.
is hanging.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much. So AB he took, and I think now he had about 2 minutes without increment after 40 moves. So it's like almost hopeless practically to defend this. Maybe only another Alexander could help, could play it better. Yeah, Grishuk.
Grishuk,
Because
yeah.
he's very strong.
Yeah,
He for me, maybe he even played better because he's not bored anymore, as he say, classical chess. So he played rook b7. Actually, it's hard to advise another move because I want to take on b5. I don't know. I have to check with computer later. And I went for fourth variation here, knight c b5. I calculated this till the end. The point that I think the last scope was d5 here. But he told me that he didn't like that I can play e5 at least, knight e4, rook c2. And maybe it's not so real compensation. Okay, I would put my king on h2 and
Yeah,
just
and the knight on
a4.
a5 is better.
Yeah, I'll play a4 and the white is simply better, right? But he went, of course, he had not much time to calculate circumstances after e5, but I think it's losing by spot because after I take on e5, he cannot take with queen because of knight d6, and once he takes knight a5, losing queen. And he was actually, he was in this position was a big blunder, I think, if I would start with knight f5 here, because he would take on gf, knight d6. It seems completely winning, but it's not so because rook h5, very strong move here.
Wow.
And all suddenly it's contra because knight b7 fe or ef, then knight e4 or even knight b7. It's not so clear, yes.
Yeah.
And this I did not like. So, but I calculated till the end because I think after fe d knight e5, I think it's hopeless because it's forced variation. Queen g5. He cannot play king h7 because I have queen a5 check and the king h6, rook d6 with completely winning attack. And he has to play king f8 after queen g5, what he played. But after rook d8, knight e8, rook e8, he cannot take with king. This is a problem because I have queen g7, very strong move. And I threat queen h8 and knight d6. You cannot protect this boss, at least what I was thinking during the game. I don't know what computer says, but and after rook b5, queen h8, rook d8, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
over.
he took with queen, and he was important key move, queen f6 first, because he cannot take on b5. I think I would take on h8. No, I take on h8.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, h8, king e7, and queen h4. And the problem is that king f8 is not possible because rook d8. f6 is not possible because of queen h7, king e6, ef mate. And if he play king f8, simply rook d7, and it's all over because you need to sacrifice big material. And I think actually I did not calculate it much king e6 move because I saw that after ef should be something, but I don't know. I think it should be winning, yes, but maybe we'll computer.
King
Now,
f5 is
please
down.
now switch computer now in this moment.
All right.
Maybe it will give some zero now. This one thing I did not calculate it carefully because my feelings
No,
were
it's
telling me-
completely winning for white.
completely winning, yes.
Yes.
What's rook?
I don't know if you want the move. I think rook d6 should be.
Yeah, rook d6 with mating ideas.
No, we
yes.
don't have the moves, but
Yeah,
yeah, but okay, rook d6 for instance.
yeah, okay, so should be. Yeah.
This is winning, and
So my feelings was right in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why he was forced to play rook g8. He told me that he calculated this with like 90 seconds on the clock, but he missed it after rook d8, rook b5. I have this very important check on h6, with winning immediately because king d7, queen d6 mate, and after he played rook g7, anyway queen d6 check, and it's no need comments, rest. Yeah, it's winning.
okay, congratulations, very beautiful game.
Thank you.
Only one question,
Yes.
and not from me, from the auditorium.
Yeah.
What happens? Your current rating is 2584. We are used to see you somewhere near 27.
Yeah, I have to give some handicap to people, no? To have some more adrenaline, you know, the people know that I like
Because we are
adrenaline,
used to see you somewhere there playing with top grandmasters in Grand Prix in the
yeah.
top board at the Olympiads, but nowadays Jobava is 2584. So really, we hope that you will come back soon.
Thank you very much. The point
and-
is that you have to play very bad little opens, where is a little money, and then people think that you are completely weak-minded, yes? And where is a big prize tournament, suddenly you switch engine, yeah? So they need to change mind during the games, during the tournament. So, but actually I had big private problems. That was the reason, of course. So now at least it's more stabilized. So I just focus more now on chess again, have more energy to play. That's the
Okay.
explanation without kidding.
After 4 rounds, you prove that.
Let's finish the tournament.
Yeah. Now you are back to big form, and I
hope
wish
so.
you good luck for the rest game, for the
Thank
rest
you
of the
very much.
games. One more
Appreciate it.
question: will you play blitz in the free day?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, very good. So if you are in Abu Dhabi, please join the blitz tournament. You can face Grandmaster Jobao, one of the greatest chess player of our time.
Thank you very much. Also in Dubai after this tournament, I'm
Yeah.
going to play.
So Badur Jobava is our guest here in Emirates for this tournament or for next blitz tournament in Dubai.
Goodbye. Thank you very much for attention.
Thank you. And we have a draw on board 1, which really surprised me. I was thinking that Parham Maksulu could win that game. He was a pawn up. But it was a draw suddenly. Okay. Okay, so after 4 rounds, we have a sole leader, Badur Jabava from Georgia, and the players are discussing. I think Parham Maksudlu missed. Really, he missed today winning chances because really looks like he could convert. He could convert his first of all positional advantage and later on material advantage. All right, so we have after 4 rounds we have a sole leader Badur Jabava with perfect score 4 out of 4, and many players are following him. And first of all, Maksudlu, Petrosyan, Salim won a very nice game, and many other grandmasters. So thank you for staying with us. Thank you Badur Jabava for this very nice commentaries. Thank you our local players, Rodal Serkal, double world champion under 8 and under 9. Current Arab champion Omran Al Hossani. So for sharing with us their analysis, their impression. And tomorrow the rounds start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon local time with Jabava. With Jabava is playing on the first board, and me, Grandmaster Viorel Duchescu, coach here in Abu Dhabi. I wish you good night and see you tomorrow here in Abu Dhabi for round number 5.